Story time. What will it be? It's called story time. I made a little beat called story time. Let's watch and be your story time.
Did I really just do that?
Welcome to Storytime, a series where I tell you all about a Mexican struggle and about moments in my life in general. This week I'm showcasing some Black Ops 3 gameplay, and if this video can get 50 likes, it'd be greatly appreciated, and I'll post a new Storytime next week. But without further ado, let's jump right into the story at hand and talk about my high school basketball tryouts. Now, if you guys have been following my channel for a while now, you would know that I wasn't always into sports, I wasn't always an active kid, and I wasn't always the way I am now. I was overweight all throughout high school. But it wasn't until my junior year in high school where my life started to change for the better. Like, I became a more active individual. I loved basketball. I still love basketball. Let's not put that in past tense, but I found a newfound love towards basketball. All my time before that, I enjoyed watching it, always wanted to play, but I really didn't have anyone to play it with. So my junior year, I contemplated in joining the basketball team, trying out for the basketball team, being a part of something, and being a better person and basketball player all at the same time. But even though I wanted to join my basketball team my junior year, I didn't do it. I decided to just stay in the same classes that I had been taking, not switch up my course, and just wait until my senior year to try out for the basketball team, because the basketball team is an elective that you have to, or you don't have to choose, but you can choose if you do wish to participate. And that's where I kind of messed up, because when you're a senior in high school, you're supposed to be on the varsity team. Like, it's like mandatory that all seniors play on the varsity team, all underclassmen play on the JV team, or if you're really good, if you're an underclassman, you can play on the varsity team. So my senior year, I applied for that said elective, and from the start of my senior year, I was there for a solid 3 to 4 practices, around there. I didn't last that long in this class before I switched out, before I realized that this just isn't for me. I'm not physically ready, I'm not mentally ready for this, because I definitely felt it the next day after we practiced. So let me break down my experience in my short time period being there. So when we walked into the gym, there's 2 coaches and a few bleachers. We were all sitting on the bleachers. The main head coach called out a few names, and those are the students that are going to be on the varsity team, and they're going to stay in the main gym, while everyone else goes to the terrible, ugly back gym, and that's where I went. Everyone knew the coach played favorites towards the best player on the team, and no racial when I say this, but this is a stereotype that came to life. Our best player on the high school basketball team was a black 6'4" kid wearing the number 23 like Michael Jordan. So take that as you please, but that's how little and talented we were. I'm fine with playing on a lesser stage, playing on an uglier floor, but you know, I just wanted to test myself out. I wanted to see how good I was compared to everybody else, and the one problem that I knew I was going to test myself with was my stamina, because the first day in school we had to run like crazy. I knew from day one I was going to hate that, but I wanted to test myself anyways. In the 4 practices that I did attend, we ran each and every single day, because at the time I didn't realize if the coach arrives at the gym before every student does, then you have to run. And well, we ran all 4 times that I was there, because I was probably always the last one, because I didn't realize what was going on. I didn't get the memo that all the other kids did that say, oh, be there before the coach arrives, or else we're gonna have to run. And I was liking that. I was like, okay, I'm getting my jumper nice. It's getting better. All right. And then the second day rolled around. Now, mind you, I wasn't in anywhere physical condition as I am now. I was like 230 pounds of fat, and I had to run. Are you kidding me? I have to run back and forth in a gym. Are you multiple times? No, that's not gonna work for me. It didn't hit me in that moment, but it hit me after lunch. I had another class. I sat down. I was feeling okay, but then when I had to stand up to do something for the teacher, I was like, oh my goodness, I definitely feel it in my legs. My whole body is hurting right now, and I still have the rest of the day to go, and I had to do this again tomorrow. Are you kidding me? And at that point, I was like, all right, we'll try again tomorrow. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give up. That we just second day of practice. I gotta do at least a few more before I decide I can't do this, or I'm just not ready. And like I said earlier, I didn't feel like I was ready to run with the big boys, even though these dudes were my age or younger. Third day of practice, we did some more different plays. My high school's plays. Hopefully, I'm not giving away the high school playbook, but all our team consisted of was just a bunch of pick and rolls. Like, we played like every 2K cheeser ever in existence. Like all we did was pick and rolls, pick and rolls, pick and rolls. That's all we ever did. And maybe that's why our high school basketball team sucked. And I actually got a nice, decent steal on one of the JV's best players. He was the guy. I got that steal, passed it to a teammate. He made the bucket. I was feeling good about myself. Like when you're doing really good, and your teammates give you, they give you a little dap high five. That's what teamwork's all about, and that's what makes basketball feel accomplishing. But that was my only good play of that said day, because I remember, again, we had to run, and being like 500 pounds at the time, not always the last one, but almost always the last one running, and the coach would always get on me about that. And being a bigger guy, I'd have to guard. I was playing center. And since I'm the center position, the dudes would never pass me the ball to make it open mid-range jumper. Like, I would be open, waving my hands around. They wouldn't see me, and they'd pass it to the best player on the team instead. Like, team basketball just doesn't exist in this high school.
And that's what kind of made me upset with the whole thing, and that's what made me eventually just decide to say, you know what? It's kind of late in my high school career. I don't think I'm ready to do this. I don't think I'm ready to play at a high school level. I started way too late. If I would have started last year, maybe I would have been ready. Or if I started the year before that, maybe I would have been ready. But right now, it's just too late. I got a lot of things to focus on. I gotta find out what college am I going to, and I gotta find out just what's going on after my high school year. Because senior year is pretty crazy. So the fourth day, I decided that this would be my last practice. Like I'm done. I'm gonna get a slip and sign up for a different class. I signed it up for accounting, and my whole schedule changed because of that. But in that moment of failure, when I realized I can't do this every day, my body can't physically do this. I hurt when I walk. Then I realized that, okay, something needs to change. And because of that moment, because I failed to be a part of a basketball team, I then opened up and realized that I can't be living like this. And in the summer of that said year, I lost a lot of weight, and I am where I am now. I'm not 230 something pounds anymore. I'm around 150, 160. And my whole life changed off of one failure, that I was ashamed that I couldn't compete at a higher level. And I was ashamed that even though if I thought I was good, I really wasn't good. Like, my conditioning was absolutely terrible, and that made me an even worse player than I was. I know recently I uploaded a clip of me and my friend playing a basketball game at the park. If you guys would have seen me, like, first and foremost, I would have never, ever have uploaded me playing basketball when I was 230 something pounds. I was just ashamed of myself. And now, I have the confidence to show what I do, show what I look like, and I'm completely fine with that, because although there's some negative comments about how I play now, you should have seen me and how terrible I was back in the day. So even though if I was dying, drowning in a lake playing basketball with my high school's JV team, that failure helped me become a more healthy person and a more positive person. Just by that one failure, just because I couldn't keep up with everybody else. And that's the moral of the story. Try, and try some more. Because as long as you try, you'll get somewhere. It might not be where you want to be, but you'll definitely get somewhere if you try. So I hope you guys enjoyed this motivational story time at the end here, but I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.